environment.
Whoa, look at this. I have never in my life seen a battle so intense between eggs and virtual reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we should do a fresh poll between the two, right?
Okay,
or
yeah.
we could do a half and half stream.
Yeah,
Where
we
we
could do
learn
that.
half about eggs and half about virtual reality. Mm-hmm. How about that?
That sounds good.
Okay,
Like a nice
guys,
compromise.
we'll do a compromise. What's up? Hello, good to see you guys. Welcome everybody. Come on in. And I say
Yes.
Juan Coops is back with double gift sub love. Thank you, Juan Coops. All right, a couple more seconds to vote if anybody wants to vote. Here we go.
Thank you all for voting. Appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, and thank you for your input and great ideas on Twitter as well.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. I think it's going to be officially virtual reality with eggs coming in a close second. So let's do like 40 minutes of virtual reality study, and the last 20 minutes will be dedicated to eggs.
Yes, egg.
L'œuf. Aha, Marvelous Strange. Nope, we
Oh,
don't.
sorry.
We don't do that.
Okay.
Amelia Rose, I love you.
All right.
This is a manual thing. There's too many different settings.
Okay.
Aha! All right. So here we go. We're gonna look up. Maybe we should start with the history of virtual reality. I mean, when was the first time you guys even heard of virtual eggs? Yeah, we could combine them by the end of the stream. Mm-hmm. We have a scholarly article here of the history of virtual reality, starting. This says all the way as early as 1968. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna drop these images in here, and we'll see what we can find. I'm going to crop that down.
2010, 2008.
Okay.
All right. We do not have a camera for our Curiosity Chills so that we are able to share our screen with you and put our full attention on what we've decided to learn that day.
Word up. Okay.
Word down.
Word down. And a special word up to our friend Mary, if you're tuning in. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Mary.
Thanks for joining us and learning about virtual reality and eggs. So this here is from researchgate.net about historical milestones that says the first VR and AR HDM system was invented in 1968. Big whoa.
Whoa, look at that. Look at that head.
Look at that. I think we need to look. Let's do a little bit of an overview here, and then we're going to get more in depth on what is that. The Sword of Damocles?
Yeah.
Huh, very interesting. And then again, it wasn't. We don't see anything else about VR until 1991, when Virtuality, the first mass-produced VR arcade, came onto the scene.
Wow.
All right.
And then in 1995, Nintendo Virtual Boy was introduced.
Did anybody own a Nintendo Virtual Boy? Huh. And I don't see PSVR on here either, but I get... Oh, here we go. We've got PSVR coming in 2014.
Okay.
So after the Nintendo Virtual Boy, the first Oculus Rift prototype came onto the scene in 2010. So I saw a lot of you guys say 2010, which means you were kind of there. I mean, that's... The Oculus, I think, was the first time I ever heard of that.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until... it looks like maybe that's... Yeah, 2014, Google Cardboard is released, Facebook buys Oculus VR, and Sony announces their VR gear, which is later PSVR. Also, Samsung Gear VR is released. YouTube and Facebook support 360 video starting in 2015. And Oculus Rift and HTC Vive are released in 2016. And virtual reality...
Aw, virtual reality, thank you.
Thank you for the gift sub, Group Hug Love.
Appreciate you.
Welcome aboard, you guys. And Whoa There Vero, thank you very much for the gift subs. We appreciate you.
And also, if you just noticed a little heart show up next to your name, that means that you are now a subscriber, and you can check out how to use Twitch with our starter kit, which is down below.
Yep, there's a panel that looks like this one that's flashing on the screen that'll show you how to link up to our subscriber chats. We've got Zen and Jericho. What's up, guys? And Bookworm Tales, how you doing? Back for 24 months, 2 whole years. Glad to have you joining us. So let's look this. We got a little bit of an overview here. So we're talking about, over almost 50 years.
Yeah.
Let's look at this 1968 Sword of Damascus.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll find that out here. Sword of...
So while he looks that up, who here likes to explore and play in virtual reality?
Oh, let's do another poll, shall we?
Yes.
So, I'm going to toggle this away. And have you played games in VR? Yes, I have. Number one, no, I have not. And maybe I tried, but I got crazy sick.
Yeah.
But it was too crazy. All right, let us know in the chat. Number one for if you have, number two if you have not, and number three if you tried it, but it is just not for you. Because some people get some motion sickness from
Like
VR.
me. I got crazy motion sickness.
What up? Cool. Oh my gosh, so many virtual reality experiences you guys have had all around the world, it sounds like. Mm-hmm. You like it for horror games? Oh man.
Oh God. Wow, you are a brave soul. A brave soul. That's the last thing I'd want to do.
All right. We're going to jump in. We're going to deep dive with
All
this
right,
sword
deep dive.
of Damocles.
Okay.
Is that how I'm...
It
Damocles?
sounds really cool when you say it like that. So
It sounds all right.
I'm gonna say yes.
All right, so over 51% of us, or 51% of us, have not yet tried VR. Mm-hmm. Amelia and I have. We have a PSVR that we got from our buddy, Mr. Debo, one of our moderators here. Damocles. All right, cool. Thank you guys for the pronunciation help. We have also gone to a... what do you call it? I went to a VR center called the IMAX Center in Los Angeles that has a really interesting setup where you could do a Star Wars experience with a lightsaber. We also did a flying one. So now we're up on Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. And let me just drag and drop a couple things around town. I think I know what I'm doing later today. I need to deal with this. All right, the Sword of Damocles. Well, according to Ivan Sutherland, the Sword of Damocles actually was the name of the mechanical tracking system and not the actual HMD, which was just called the Head-Mounted Display System. It's widely considered to be the first augmented reality head-mounted display, or HMD is a new term we're learning here. Mm-hmm. And it's a system that had been, although Morton Heigl had created a similar apparatus known as a stereoscopic television apparatus for individual use, which obviously didn't pop off because that's tricky to say. The stereoscopic television apparatus for individual use. I want to see that. What did it start out as?
Well, it got patented in 1960.
Okay.
The Sword of Damocles, is that how you said it? Damocles was created in 1968 by a computer scientist, Ivan Sutherland, with the help of his students Bob Spruill, Quentin Foster, and Danny Cohen. Before he began working on what he termed the ultimate display, Ivan Sutherland was already a well-respected person for his accomplishments in computer graphics.
All right, so this is the original, what we just dropped in. Redirect notice. No, that's not fun at all. Okay, here I can just drop this in here and show you guys a screenshot. This is this head-mounted display for individual use.
From the 60s.
From the 60s, and it looks a lot like what we recognize with our modern VR headsets.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's mounting here, and this is the stereoscopic television apparatus for individual use, filed May 24th for a patent in 1957.
Oh, wow. So that's even earlier.
1957. So here, let's look into the features of this device. I need to resize our screen here.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't bother with the
camera,
for those of you who are confused. Here we go. The device was primitive both in terms of user interface and realism, and the graphics comprising the virtual environment were simple wireframe rooms. And let's look up wireframe real quick. I think it's going to give us like an outline. So here we are, three-dimensional 3D computer graphics, modeling, scanning. The wireframe model, also known as the wireframe model, without the dash, is a visual representation of a three-dimensional physical object using 3D computer graphics. So effectively the outline. You guys can see over here sample renderings of a wireframe cube, icosahedron. Oh, a polyhedron with 20 faces. That's like a D20.
A D20.
An icosahedron, perhaps, and the approximation of a sphere, right? So as they were early representations of rooms and that sort of wireframe depiction, Sutherland's system displayed output from a computer program in a stereoscopic display. Stereoscopic meaning we look at it with both of our eyes, but it's a technique for creating an enhanced visual illusion of depth in an image by means of stereopsis, for binocular vision, meaning that you're using both of your eyes. Right here, we have another image here, and these are early. This is as early as 1860. Did anybody ever see one of these things? Here.
Yes, I have seen one of those. Also, Synonymous, thank you for the gift sub. Group hug.
Yo, Synonymous, appreciate you.
Appreciate you so much.
Thank you for the love. So I've seen one of these pocket stereoscopes. My mom actually has one that you put a card in here like this guy.
Yeah.
And when you view it, let me get rid of this crazy effect. When you view it with both of your eyes and hold it up to your face, you're looking at an image that is slightly different. It's taken from just off to one side of the other. And then when you look at this image, it's as if it's in 3D. And so this is an early version of what would later evolve into VR. And here we are looking at people in a Kaiser panorama consisting of multiple station viewing apparatus and sets of stereo slides. Look at these guys. That's a party.
That is a party right there.
Look at those guys. They're hanging out, man. This is in 1890. People were using this Kaiser panorama. It's a multi-station viewing apparatus. So, you know, next time your friends are like, what are we doing today? You guys want to get on Twitch? You want to play some video games? Nah, you want to sit around a large table with a screen, and they look like they're individually numbered, so maybe you move from chair to chair?
Perhaps.
Okay, I want to know. I want to know more about this. The Kaiser panorama is a form of stereoscopic entertainment. It's a media chiefly used in the 19th and early 20th centuries, and it was a precursor to film. So before anybody went to a movie theater or watched a film at home, this was invented by August Furman, whose dates are 1844 to 1925, and it was patented by the inventor in 1890. It would be a number of viewing stations which people could peer around a pair of lenses showing a number of rotating stereoscopic glass slides. Wow, say stereoscopic glass slides, Amelia. Try it.
Stereoscopic glass slides.
Oh, you're better at that than I am.
Stereoscopic glass slides. Stereoscopic glass slides.
Okay, very good. Now you're just rubbing it in.
By 1910, he is said to have controlled exhibitions in over 250 branches across Europe, and in the Central Archive have up to 100,000 slides stored.
Wow. All right, so normally it would have 25 wooden stations, each with a pair of viewing lenses, and there would be a rotating mechanism. So the people don't need to move, but the images inside are rotating.
That's good.
Which gives them their rear illuminated glass. So just like early CTR televisions and monitors, the light is coming from behind the screen, and it's giving the image a 3D effect. And there are some modern reconstructions.
Ooh.
So we could go check this out.
Yes, I see there's one in Dubai, in the Dubai Moving Image Museum. That's cool. There's one in Australia, in Poland, in Berlin, in Holland, and in... Wow, that's amazing.
I would definitely go check this out.
Yes.
I'm jumping ahead on this. This music is not what I wanted.
That is not chill music.
It wasn't chill enough.
No, but Chevalier Hamster, thank you for the gift sub to Koch. And Grand Zeneric, thank you for the gift sub to Moon. And also Chevalier for the gift sub to Hell Angel Vero.
There, that music's much better for the purpose.
And Synonymous, thank you for subscribing.
Yo, you live in Vienna where this is? Well, I think that you should go check this out.
Oh, and Marley saw the one that was in Holland. That's very cool.
Oh, super cool. Well, I mean, I would love to. If you guys have any recommendations of where to check one out, that looks super cool. So let's move on from stereoscopy, which is effectively, right, this stereo imaging, which means we're looking at two images at the same time, but it creates the illusion that we're looking at one image that has depth. So,
3D.
3D. All right, Amelia, well, let's go. We're looking here about the very first one.
Oh, that's him.
This is our dude.
That's Ivan.
This is Ivan. Everybody say, hey, Ivan.
Hi, Ivan.
You're looking pretty good,
You're
man.
looking pretty good. Okay. How about this?
Can you tell us about its features?
Yes.
We
did
moved
that?
into.
Yes.
This is about head tracking, right? So the perspective that the software showed the user would depend on the position of the user's gaze. So, the more static the image. Thanks for saying hi to Ivan, guys. I wonder if he has a Twitter.
The HMD had to be attached to a mechanical arm suspended from the ceiling of the lab, partially due to its weight and primarily to track head movements via linkages. So it had you could not move.
You could not move. You have to stay right
Yes.
here. It's a lot like being locked to that rotating table.
Yeah. The formidable appearance of the mechanism inspired its name. While using the sword of Damocles, a user had to have his or her head securely fastened into the device to perform the experiments. At this time, the various components being tested were not fully integrated with one another. I think I'd be afraid. I think I would be afraid to do that. I don't think I'd want my head securely fastened into the device. What about you? Would you want your head securely fastened into a device to test these components? Would you be a brave young one? Or would you be a fearful one like me? Sounds sketchy. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It sounds scary. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put this up here at the top for anybody who's...
Sophie says it sounds fun. So we have a couple, like Time Waster would be down.
A time waster would be down. I appreciate you. All right, hold on. I'm going to put this up here at the top so if anybody has any questions, if they're joining late, you can... There we go. Today's subject
that's
is
nice.
virtual reality.
So how about the development? When Sutherland moved to the University of Utah in the late 1960s, work on integrating the various components into a single HMD system was begun. By the end of the decade, the first fully functional integrated HMD system was operational. The first display application was a cube suspended in the air in front of the user. The system itself consisted of 6 subsystems: a clipping divider, matrix multiplier, vector generator, headset, head position sensor, and a general-purpose computer, which would make these the components of the first virtual reality machine that we know today. The unit was partially see-through, so the users were not completely cut off from their surroundings. This translucence, combined with the other features in their infancy, is why the system is often cited as the precursor to augmented reality technologies as well.
All right, so today we're studying virtual reality, but we should also touch on real quick, what's the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality? Also, yo, what's up, Logan? Everybody say, hey, Lo!
Hello!
The music man is here.
Yes, if you like the music that we play at the opening of the stream, check out Lo the Music Man, ! Lo will get you a link to his SoundCloud, and he also streams on Twitch. So if you want the good vibes, he's got them.
He's got some good vibes for you. It's true. Redirect notice, not again. Okay.
Leslie Red R. Hottie, welcome back for
Red Roddy.
Oh, you know what? When you've been doing it for one way for so long. Okay, Leslie Red or Roddy, right? Is that what you just said? Back for 18 months. And Captain Andor, welcome back for 2.
So here we have a little bit of an explanation for what we're studying here. Virtual reality, or VR, is a fully artificial environment, which gives the user a full immersion in the virtual environment, whereas AR stands for augmented reality, where virtual objects are overlaid in a real-world environment. So the real world enhanced with digital objects. You can hear my Michigan come out. Enhanced. Then you've got mixed reality, or MR. Virtual environments combined with the real world. So you could interact with both the real world and the virtual environment. So Pokemon Go would be AR for sure, because you're interacting with the real world. When someone uses Google Glass to look at barcode and scan it for information, or I see a lot of use of AR in museums, like ZYX says. If you go to a museum and you take like the guided tour, sometimes they'll have an app so you can go through and look at different pieces of art at the museum, and it will tell you more about it on your phone. MR is an interesting combination. I have seen versions of MR at conventions and things, like an escape room would be an example of a mixed reality. Pikachu, use Thunderbolt. What? Right now? At a time like this? All right. So let's go back to our sword here. And I want to find out about these are the processors using the Philco HMD and the Bell system. This is real detailed stuff. Let's go back more to the early VR and see what else we can find out about early VR. Oh, early VR. Look at this.
Wow.
Look at this. Oh, look at that. Sensorama.
Whoa.
In space. The history of virtual reality. So I'm going to share this link with our moderators and they can share it with you guys.
Excellent.
Thanks again to our mod team and our lieutenants. Thank you guys for your help.
And Leslie, thank you for the gift sub to Amontali and Grand Zanak. Thank you for the cheers. Appreciate you. And also, hey Ellies, thanks for subscribing. And Dilger, thanks for the gift sub to Nikita. And Kai Pon Visp is back for 23 months, sending love to you in Sweden. And Blue Frame is also here for 23 months. Whoa!
All right, the history of virtual reality. This is from vrs.org.uk.
Can you make it a little bigger?
I can.
I can't see.
My wife is losing her eyesight because we spend too much time playing video games. Alrighty.
Thanks, Brad.
History of virtual reality. So convenient. Hang tight. Here we go.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, maybe just,
Well, I mean, it was little font.
Here we go. History of virtual reality. Virtual reality has beginnings that preceded the time that the concept was coined and formalized. In this detailed history of virtual reality, we will look at how technology has evolved and how key pioneers have paved the path to virtual reality as we know it today. Defining virtual reality.
Before we can consider the
Coconut. Consider how sweet. The island gives us what we need.
And no one leaves. Okay. Before we can consider the virtual reality development timeline, we have to briefly consider that counts as VR. Okay, wait, what? We have to briefly consider
what counts as VR? It's a typo. Keep going.
Oh, okay. What counts as VR, or should be seen as a precursor to that? After all, the point of virtual reality is to trick someone's brain into believing something is real, even when it isn't. For example, there's a famous example of an early cinematic screening. It showed a train heading straight for the camera. The people in attendance, having never seen a film before, had a reaction to the footage as if it was a real train, not just a picture of one. While the story may be considered more of an urban legend in modern times, it underscores the problem of defining virtual reality neatly. It is entirely possible for film and television imagery to influence our sense of reality, at least to a point. Yet, we don't think of them and virtual reality as being one in the same. It's a lot of typos in this.
There are plenty of definitions of VR today, which all the more or less overlap in key areas. When we use the word VR now, it specifically refers to computer-generated imagery and hardware specifically designed to bring those sights and sounds to us in a way that is totally immersive. And many definitions also stipulate that VR must be interactive. This would differentiate it from things like 3D movies or 360 video and other similar look but don't touch media. The problem with this is that there are plenty of computer-generated VR that isn't interactive at all, yet everyone considers it to be VR. While 360 video might not be computer-generated, its functionality is no different to a pre-planned, non-interactive CG VR experience. In a historical context, then, we have to broaden what is seen as VR or VR adjacent. All right, so early attempts at virtual reality. Panoramic paintings. If we focus more strictly on the scope of virtual reality as a means of creating the illusion, it's fine, it's tape. Is a means of creating an illusion where we are present somewhere we are not, then the earliest attempt of visual virtual reality is surely the 360-degree murals or panoramic paintings from the 19th century. These paintings were intended to fill the viewer's entire field of vision, making them feel present at some historical event or scene. Does anybody use their camera to take a lot of panoramic photos? I really love panoramic VR, and you can even load your panoramic still photos in your iPhone into a VR emulator on your phone so that when you rotate the camera, it's as if you're looking around from side to side, and if you put that into a Google Cardboard or something, it's basically like creating your own VR. In 1838, we learned about stereoscopic photos in viewers.
In 1838, Charles Wheatson's research demonstrated that the brain processes the different two-dimensional images from each eye into a single object of 3 dimensions. Viewing two sides... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time reading this.
Viewing two side-by-side stereoscopic images or photos through the stereoscope gave the user a sense of depth and immersion. The later development of the popular Viewmaster stereoscope, presented in 1939, was used as virtual tourism. The design principles of the stereoscope is used today for the popular Google Cardboard and low-budget VR head-mounted displays for mobile phones. Alrighty. So there's our early image, and here's the viewer. Oh, what about one of these guys? Have you guys ever had something like this? What is that toy called?
I don't know.
You don't know? You're not interested.
No. It's just there's so many typos in here, so it's making it tricky for me to concentrate.
Okay. In 1929, the Link Trainer, the first flight simulator. Okay, in 1929, Edward Link created the Link Trainer, patented in 1931, probably the first example of a commercial flight simulator, which was entirely electromechanical. It was controlled by motors that linked to the rudder and steering columns to modify the pitch and roll. A small motor-driven device mimicked turbulence and disturbances. Such was the need for a safer way to train pilots that the U.S. military bought 6 of these devices for $3,500. In 2015 money, this was just shy of $50,000. And during World War II, over 10,000 blue box Link trainers were used by over 500,000 pilots for initial training and improving their skills. So here's the guys in the Viewmaster. That's what it was, the Viewmaster. So this is the guy in the Link Trainer getting ready to fly his little tiny plane to nowhere. What's up?
Nothing.
Ruse Panda, thanks for the gift sub to Queen Amelia. And Decimator, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Leslie Redrati, thank you for the gift sub as well. In the 1950s, so now we're only 60 years in the past, we get this, the Morton Heigl Sensorama. In the mid-1950s, cinematographer Morton Heilig developed the Sensorama, patented in '62, which is an arcade-style theater cabinet that would stimulate all of the senses, not just sight and sound. It featured stereo speakers, a stereoscopic 3D display, fans, smell generators, and a vibrating chair. The Sensorama was intended to fulfill and to fully immerse an individual in the film. He also created 6 short films for his invention, all of which he shot, produced, and edited himself. The Sensorama's films were titled Motorcycle, Belly Dancer, Dune Buggy, Helicopter, A Date with Sabina, and I'm a Coca-Cola Bottle. Huh. Which of those would you be most interested to view, Amelia?
I'm a Coca-Cola bottle.
You would like to be I'm a Coca-Cola Bottle?
Yeah.
I wonder, what a thing. Oh, wait, here's an interview with the very man. Amelia doesn't want to see the interview.
I think we should.
Okay, 1960s, the first VR head-mounted display, which we learned about. But it had no motion tracking. Coca-Cola bottle for sure. You would like to try it. All right, you guys seem pretty down. We have to go back in time. I don't know if we can find one of those anywhere. In 1965, the ultimate display by our buddy Ivan was created with a virtual world viewed through an HMD, which is a head-mounted display, and it appeared realistic, although augmented 3D sound. Wow. Here's the sword. There's our buddy Ivan. Look at Ivan with his head in this apparatus.
That's scary.
And it's attached to the ceiling. So Ivan and his student Bob Sproul created the first VR and AR head-mounted displays. It was connected to a computer and not a camera. It was large and scary looking, and it was too heavy for any user to comfortably wear. You guys hearing the leaf blower outside? You all right?
Really distracting.
Oh, we got a loud sound outside. Let me know if you guys can hear it in the background. Yes, you can. That's a weed whacker. You got it. It's across the way, but it's really loud because we've yet to be able to soundproof the roof. No! It's not at least it's not a leaf blower. Alrighty. Well, maybe what we're going to do, we'll take a short... Oh, man, there's so much VR to explore. I'm going to take a short hydration break, and we'll see if this is further away from us. Alright. Hang tight real quick.
Operation U-Trax. DNA enhancements implanted into a fetus. Perfectly refined military tools. You'll need a new name.
I already have a name. None of this is real. They're training you to kill people.
All right, welcome back, friends. Hopefully we are helping this sound go away a little bit. Yuki, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you being here. And Ruse Panda, thank you for the gift sub as well. And Leslie, we appreciate you. Ooh, okay. What just happened is there is quite loud sounds outside, which is really distracting. So we're trying to close some of the windows to alleviate the noise. All right. The audio is really low. Yeah, we're trying to make it so that you can't really hear the leaf blowers outside and the weed whackers. Super quiet now. All right. Here we go. That's better.
We survived. We made it through the incredible adversity of the leaf blower sounds. It's really we may have to adjust this stream time.
I think we need to.
Because we have no control over when those sounds happen.
And they seem to be happening
It's not that
consistently.
it might not be that loud on you guys, but for us it's cacophonous. It's like
Yeah.
this whole room is surrounded by the sound of a weed whacker. So we said that we were going to explore eggs a little bit, but I think we might need to save that for a whole other stream because we got a lot to cover here. Okay.
All right.
Help me out a second.
So, virtual reality. I have done a few games in virtual reality, and most of the time it leaves me feeling very nauseous and sick. So, what about you? Are you super cool with VR? Or does it leave you feeling nauseous and sick? You too, Sunflower? Lucas is good with it though. But Kui also feels dizzy, so yeah. Very disorienting, it's true. Ashley Pixie, welcome back for 19 months. It's good to see you with us. Oh, you took a roller coaster VR ride? That's amazing.
We did something like that.
Yeah,
At
it definitely felt like we were on a roller coaster, for sure. Where's everybody tuning in from right now? We are in Southern California. Where are you? Spain, Texas, Malaysia, Finland, England, Denmark, Pennsylvania, Germany, Quebec, Mexico, Nevada, Poland, Brazil, Russia, Sweden, Seattle, Pennsylvania, Mexico, the Netherlands, Austria, Israel, Ukraine, Norway, Wisconsin, Chile, Cyberlife, Dubai, Italy, Slovakia, Czech Republic, France, Portugal, Spain, Kazakhstan, the Philippines, Turkey, Ohio, Costa Rica, Paraguay, Georgia, Florida, Hong Kong, Lithuania, Michigan. Well, welcome everybody. All right.
I'm not sure why this input has just stopped working, so I need to have a second.
Okay. All right. St. Petersburg, El Salvador, Gotham City, Ireland, Spain, Peru, the Eggerlands. All right. So, what is something that you learned today about virtual reality? What is something that you learned? For me, I had no idea that this started all the way back in really like 1968 was the first official VR apparatus. What's something that you learned? That VR is fun? Mixed reality? Yeah, I didn't know that that was a thing. that it became a thing first in the 1960s, how old it really is. Yeah, I didn't know that there was something called mixed reality either. That there is a museum in Poland about virtual reality. That it's really old. Cool. VR was learned for pilots to train. Ooh, that's cool. Weed whackers are the new enemies. Ivan was the creator of VR and about Sensorama. Yes.
Got it. All right, so here we can resume a little bit, but if you guys want to check it out on your own, it's vrs.org.uk is the link. Ivan is a cool dude, it's true. Just to we're going to speed up to the current time because here we are. In 1989, NASA gets into VR. Ooh, VR sim used to train astronauts. Then we have virtual group arcade machines in 1991. The Mars rover sends back footage that is modified into a VR version of a system dubbed computer simulated teleportation.
Oh my god. And then in 1992, the Lawnmower Man, how fitting, the Lawnmower Man movie introduced the concept of virtual reality to a wider audience. It was in part based on the founder of virtual reality, Jaron Lanier, and his early laboratory days, where Jaron was played by Pierce Brosnan, a scientist who used virtual reality therapy on a mentally disabled patient.
And in 1993, Sega announces new VR glasses. Did anybody own these? This is the headset for the Sega Genesis in 1993, and it wrapped around prototype glasses that use head tracking, stereo sound, and LCD screens in the visor. Sega fully intended to release the product at a price point of about $200 at the time, or $322 in 2015 money. However, technical development difficulties meant the device would forever remain a prototype. There were only 4 games made for this product, and it was a huge flop for Sega. So maybe none of you had. But the Sega VR1 rolled out in the next year, arcade motion simulator. And then 1995, Nintendo's Virtual Boy. There it is. Look at that Virtual Boy.
And then in 1997, the landmark PTSD treatment was developed by Georgia Tech and Emory University.
Used for treatment of PTSD war veterans.
Wow, it's still a crucial aspect of PTSD treatment and research today.
In 1999, the Wachowski siblings' film The Matrix hits theaters. The film features characters that are living in a fully simulated world, with many completely unaware that they do not live in the real world. So the film is dabbling in depictions of virtual reality. There's other films like Tron or The Lawnmower Man, and The Matrix has a major cultural impact and brought the topic of simulated reality into the mainstream. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yes.
In 2007, Google brings us Street View.
Yes, Google enhanced its map services with street-level 360-degree images captured by special cars fitted with custom camera equipment. Immersive Media did the work using a dodecahedral camera of their own design. Today, you can stand in just about any part of the world and look around thanks to this technology.
In 2010, Street View goes 3D and the Oculus is prototyped. 2012, the Oculus is released on Kickstarter, and the campaign raises almost $2.5 million, and there's a clear dividing line between its commercial failures of consumer VR in the past and this modern VR revolution.
2014, Facebook buys Oculus and Sony announces their VR project. So social media giants see potential in the Oculus technology, buying the company and making Lucky incredibly wealthy. And then also that year, Sony announced that they're working on VR ad for the popular PS4 console.
In 2016 to 2017, all hell breaks loose And this is the year everyone unleashes VR products that are ready for prime time. The Rift and the HTC Vive lead the way, but the floodgates have truly opened. You can see the result of, what is this, HDM database? I believe it. I don't need to click it. In 2018, the Half Dome HMD is announced. Oculus shows off its new HMD prototype known as Half Dome, with an advanced headset that uses varifocal lenses and an extremely wide field of view at 140 degrees, so almost completely wrapping around your peripheral vision.
In 2018, the standalone VR rises and mobile VR dies. We have both the Oculus Go and the Oculus Quest, two examples of standalone VR that need no computer or phone to work. Mobile VR is declining rapidly, and standalone systems such as the Go are very affordable.
All right. And then 2019 onward, VR is shifting rapidly. So is there anybody who has a really good idea of what they would like to try to do in VR? If there was a game or an experience or a place you could travel, how would you want to use VR if you didn't have any technological limitations? It sounds like in the beginning, VR was used as a way to basically replace yourself in someone else's experience. So
Going to space, painting music, skydiving, going to cyber life in VR. Space exploration. Yeah, I think that would be a really cool virtual reality tourism. You'd go traveling. Wow, these are good ideas.
you would go to a concert in VR,
Ocean Exodus.
playing a badass Star Wars RPG. Yo, that would be cool. Figure skating VR. Oh, I would get dizzy.
Yeah.
Becoming an android.
A concert, convention.
Seems like a lot of you would like to go to space.
Ooh, riding a dragon.
Dilger would go to Animal Crossing. Oh, the MCU in VR. Whoa! Travel to the past, an underwater experience, or flying. Skyrim VR. I, in fact, have Skyrim VR. Ooh. Yo, Android Vision. You'd want to go to Mars to explore with the NASA rover? Super cool, and travel to the future. Thank you guys all for being here with us today. We're going to raid over together, and we need your input of where we should go. Should we raid over to number 1, Animal Crossing? Number 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number 3, an art stream. And number 4, a drumming stream.
Type 1, 2, 3, or 4 into the stream chat to cast your vote.
Thank you guys for being here with us. And our next stream is going to be on Wednesday, tomorrow in the evening time. So it'll be 6 hours later than whatever time it is for you right now. So if it's no egg today, yeah, we ran out of time for egg, but I promise you guys we'll learn a little bit about egg. You can join us next on Curiosity Chill Tuesday next week, and we can look into some egg things. We stream 5 times a week. There's always a panel down below the video that shows you when we're going to be streaming next live in your local time zone. And we stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday, and Tuesday. So thank you guys all for being here. That might be in the middle of the night for you. Well, we are streaming at all different times so that we can be available around the clock, because when you are sleeping, other people are only just waking up. Thank you all for being here. Have a chill week, everybody. Looks like we're going to raid over to an art stream.
Good idea.
Good idea. Alrighty. Pull this up. Where are we headed? Thanks again to our moderators and our lieutenants. We appreciate you guys helping out with us on the stream. Here we go. We're going to go over to Stonehouse Art. Amelia, if you've never done a raid before, what's it like?
Well, you're just going to stay where you are, and we're all going to teleport over together to another streamer's channel. And when we get there, please just flood their timeline with love and positive, good vibes. And if you like what they're doing, you can hit the follow button and check them out. And thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a lovely time zone. And we will see you tomorrow.
All right, get ready for the raid. 3,
2,
1.
raid!
Raid!
Raid!